You are an individual and you're much more than, say, your diet. When you think about it in that way, it's like, oh yeah, I'm much more than my diet. And why am I focusing on my macros or what I eat or what is organic and all this kind of crazy stuff when we become obsessed with our diet? And glucose is just a quick energy source for that fight or flight response. We start to lose that big picture sense of how do we put these pieces together to make us whole. Hi there. Today I want to kind of get you to think in more of a big picture, broad term, conceptual model way, because today's world we're being hit with these little soundbite science, soundbite news, and it's causing that reaction and this like distraction. Focus on this, focus on that. And it leads to this very binary thinking. And with OFM, it's not like that. And with OFM, let's take it one step further. You are not like that. You are an individual and you're much more than, say, your diet, your training, your sport, your lifestyle, all these things. All these things all come together to make up who you are. And they go back to my three constants. The first one being, you are an individual. And so when you think about it in that way, it's like, oh yeah, I'm much more than my diet. And why am I focusing on my macros or what I eat or what is organic and all this kind of crazy stuff when we become obsessed with our diet or obsessed with our workouts? We tend to compartmentalize, but when we do that, we start to lose that big picture sense of how do we put these pieces together to make us whole. So it's just human for us to always go to the diet. So, you know, when we talk about health programs, the conversation just, I don't know, it just always revolves around the diet. And there's a perfectly good reason for it, and I'm going to give you that why so that you understand. It's because evolutionarily, food is pretty important, right, to survival. So we always go to that diet, and that's just primitive hardwiring. We go to the diet. And especially with the constant pinging of this new technology with these sound bites and the fact that a lot of people are eating way too many carbohydrates, they're eating constantly, they're snacking, they're not intermittent fasting, that sense of urgency about food is even heightened. So this evolutionary hardwiring about going to the diet is hardwired. So that's my little aha moment, that little why I want you to think about. And diet is a tool that we use in OFM to give you that physiology that your genes have to get you back to that natural state of burning fat as your aerobic energy source. And not only burning it, but metabolizing it for all those building blocks that give you mitochondria, cell wall integrity, muscle fibers, brain synapses, hormones like hormonal balance. All that stuff is done on a fat-based metabolism. As I say, glucose is just a quick energy source for that fight or flight response, which is kind of pinging us in that same way chronically in daily life. And again, it takes us back to that food thing, because food is critical for survival. So that's why we think about the diet. And without going into further, that's your little aha moment. While the diet is important, it's not about the diet. It's about you.